Melissa, and also the granddaughter of Charlie, Hurricane Charlie. Those who know, anybody in them 80s can live to tell the tale of the three storms, 37 years apart each. Yeah, 1951 to 88, 37 years, Brother Gilbert. And from 1988 to 2025, another 37 years, Melissa. Boy, you can imagine if Melissa did touch from Moran Point, come across the eye. If Melissa did ever travel Gilbert Road, maybe none of wouldn't there. You better believe it. But no, say Melissa land in a new hope in a Westmoreland and do so much damage. I hear so Westmoreland wipe out, you know. Yeah, man, ground zero right now. Yeah, Westmoreland cut off from the world. Anybody from Westmoreland, we need to hear from you urgently. We don't know the situation with St. Elizabeth. Yeah, man, Black River upwards. Yeah, man, we see the pictures and we hear the cries. Manchester. And then we talk about the areas where inundated with flood waters, places like Cave Valley. Yeah, man, in a Senton. Kingston. Boy, on the dodge a bullet, you know. Trust me. Portmore too. Although Portmore now no light now still. For real. Anyways, it's gonna be one of those programs where, you know, a lot of advisories and a lot of information, public service announcements, beginning with this first one. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is urging all public health personnel, including nurses, doctors, administrative and support teams, to report immediately to the nearest health facility, hospital or health center. Your commitment and service are vital to national recovery, even as efforts towards full restoration of health service delivery and care continue. Your well-being remains our priority. Stay tuned to local media, the Ministry's website, www.moh.gov.jm, and its official social media channels at the MOH.gov.jm or further updates. Now, for further or more information, please contact the Health Emergency Operations Call Center, 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683, or via the WhatsApp at 876-223-7680. And this is a public service announcement from Sagicor. The safety of our team and clients remains our top priority. With the passage of Hurricane Melissa, some of our locations have been impacted. However, we have completed our operations at all Sagicor locations, including those of its subsidiaries, on Thursday, October 30. This with the exception of Sagicor locations in Black River, Savannah Lamar, Montego Bay, and Sagicor Life and Advantage General in Mandeville. We stand with every Jamaican during this time. As one people, one resilient nation, we will recover stronger together. That was a public service announcement from Sagicor. Cup. Yo, sometime I go out on the veranda, you know, we kind of stand up and we watch proceedings. And trust me, man, when the trees them are dancing, man, and couple of them drop down well over here, Irie, you know, man, but the tallest coconut tree in the building, you know, man, when we see that a dance I mean, I say, yes, just a matter of time before it go, you know, man. And we see it bend and go down, you know, man. Like it's at the limbo, you know, and come up back, you know, and say, yes, I must hit this now. Another tree drop down beside it, and that not drop it, you know, and it loaded a coconut, you know. And it dance, oh, it's a dance, and I say, this cannot survive. I know say it survive. It stand up same way. Yes, man, loaded a coconut, me I tell you, man. Yeah, man. Another thing that I noticed when I was out there standing on, you know, the wind kind of feel warmish. I saw hurricane breeze feel warm. I don't know, maybe some scientific expert upon the thing can tell me, but the breeze was warm. Yeah, man, may I tell you, so, I'm always here saying, you know, hurricane do well upon warm water. I want to know if I that the warmness I feel. Warm breeze during the storm, and we wonder. But then again, you also have a number of views as to this hurricane, a number of theories. Some of them conspiracy theories, and some of them based off of scientific processes. And also you have the spiritual religious people them now. We don't know which one of them, but we know so the storm comes. So from the scientific point of view, the scientists and people who study this thing say it formed naturally and then come and travel to its normal path. But before me even go that storm is kind of weird and strange still, you know. I tell you, because it was projected first for go through the channel between Haiti and Jamaica. Then it shift and come west and I say, all right, Jamaica will get touched. And then it say it all come up through Kingston. Then it shift and it go Clarendon. And we say, all right, it will turn us on. Then we hear say shift again and move go down Alligator Pond. So everybody down Alligator Pond are prepare now. Then it shift again and go down in a St. Elizabeth now and then, out there a swirl and a wait now to make the turn. But one of the strange thing about this hurricane, and I know say yesterday the conspiracy theorists them now have a field day. You see, when it about to make the turn, if it come towards Jamaica, the map I show you, the tracking map, it make another dip left again, like it all continue, and then the storm turn back around, and come back to the point where they make the dip for go left, and then there, so you can see the little, like a little circle, the eye go round. So when they make the dip and go left, like it go round and come back round and then come back to the starting point where they make the dip, and then I head towards Jamaica. So the theorists them know, I say, that no look natural. I not really fight against any theorists, who might have them opinion, because we don't know, say people are flying a storm now. We have storm chasers and people above the hurricane, and they can take pictures above what is happening and they show you the eye and, the theorists, they must say, boy, that can be manipulated. So that is one theory still. That is one for the theorists them, the conspiracy theorists them. But anyway, that happened. Then the religious one them now say, yes man, a God do this thing, man. A long time Jamaica want a wipe out, man, because too much wickedness on there, too much killing and corruption and all sort of things. Yeah, man. So them, you have them theorists they know. For real, So you have the science theorists, you have the conspiracy theorists, you have the religious theorists, and then you have the historic theorists them too. Because Black River was a place, I don't know if you know about the Zang. The Zang. Yeah man, the Zang, a ship that was destined for Jamaica to Black River back in around 1781 or so. And when the man them turn towards Black River and they miss them turn. And miss them course, and then boy them don't know if they know more than start short some slaves out of sea. And them dash out around almost 200 slaves where I head towards Black River, Yeah man, the Zang was a big thing in England, And we know about they made claims because them time the black people was property and they go back to England and make claims. So people after the spirits of the Zang come back for Black River. So there are a number of theories, see? But what you would think? We're going to open the lines now, people. We're going to open the lines for you to just have a discussion, talk to us, Wagwan. The lines are open now. You can call us anytime. You don't know commercials and stuff. So, we're up on a break now. So we're going to do that. And then we continue with the Stepping Razor here on IRA FM. Side of the world still kind of get cut off. So I hope that I'll get to hear somebody from down a Westmoreland, especially on a White House side there. Darliston, them place there. Bethel Town, New Hope. Because New Hope was the place where get the first lick, man. New Hope. Yeah, man. That's how Melissa made landfall, just outside the White House, that's so. Yeah, that's so. Yeah, and, along the whole coastline, we'll go back down. So, so the whole coastline is coming back down to Black River. Just the right in the eye, right in the whole movement, the tracking of the hurricane. Yeah, so I'd love to hear anybody down on the Westmoreland side because I hear it's not pretty. I hear say not pretty in Westmoreland at all. I hear say leaves not upon tree. Some of the places them, some of the districts them. I get a glimpse of one of the wooden housing scheme. I tell them on the place flat. Flatten, ground zero. Yeah, man, for real, you know. Yesterday the Prime Minister, he made a tour of Western Jamaica. Yeah, and he stopped in Black River. And then he went to Montego Bay. You know, and then head back. And it would appear that was his visit for Western Jamaica. A lot of people were making noise. Say, boy, how the Prime Minister for come that side and him now come Westmoreland and him now come Hanover. But him go Black River and then him go Montego Bay. So there was a lot of noise by people. So of course they had the press conference this morning and they said, they explain. One of the things they explain is that there was nowhere to land or weather conditions why he had to divert. However, he'll make the visit today with Trelawney, Westmoreland, and Hanover. So I'm hoping that will quiet down all those who were kind of making the noise. We don't know if I true the noise they make, why him decide that, or that was always in the plan to do that. You know, normally we don't know, say, if a small country like Jamaica, if something like that, then you fly over the whole country the following day and see what go on, you know. So we not theorize nothing. We just know that there was a lot of noise last night regarding him not going to Westmoreland and not going to Trelawney. But him is doing it today. So let us see what the finding. And one other thing again that I like to talk about. All of this aid that will be coming to Jamaica. May I hope to God, if you want to say Jah, if you want to say Jesus, if you want to say Allah, whoever, may I hope that the aid that will be coming to Jamaica will be distributed equitably. Me don't want to hear nothing about no politics now. Yes, we don't want to hear nothing. We don't want to hear no slight. Not even a whisper we want to hear about the distribution of aid that will be coming Jamaica's way. Me don't want to hear nothing like that. So, it is good in them good interests, the people who have the power to distribute aid, to make sure so the thing is done equitable. Because there are still complaints from Beryl. People still are complaining, say, boy, the aid was not distributed equitably. Same thing with COVID. It wasn't distributed equitably. And a lot of noise surrounding that. So may I hope and I pray. May I hope and I pray for all of the people who believe in a prayer. Because may I talk on behalf of everybody, you know. So those who pray and those who affirm and those who whatever. May I hope that the distribution of aid will be done. Because I see them put out like a official channel where to go through to, you know, some group post today, you know. And, you know, anybody who has sent things must send it through that platform. We know, so you can have people who will be doing things on their own. People who just have a humanitarian heart. Yeah. They're just gonna take it up on themselves and just do things. God bless them people. But you see the one where the government in our control. Please, may I beg you, make it be equitable. We don't know how things have been operating in Jamaica over the years. This is that time where the test are going to truly manifest itself. The following is a public service announcement from Grace Kennedy Money Services, the home of Western Union, Bill Express and FX Trader. Jamaica, we are rebuilding together. Grace Kennedy Money Services wishes to advise the public that we are reopening Western Union locations in St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester and St. Anne. We stand with everyone affected by the storm. And as always, we're here to serve you. For the full list of open locations and updates, follow us on social media at GKMS Online or visit gkmsonline.com. Together, we'll recover stronger. Grace Kennedy Money Services here for you always. That was a public service announcement from Grace Kennedy Money Services. Yes. We are standing by for our news. And then we'll be back with the stepping razor today. Yeah, man. So Natalie is standing by for the news coming up shortly. And as I said, we'll be having a number of public service announcements today. And after that, we will be here again. You know, we're opening the lines once again to ensure that people can have a say into what is happening, you know, wherever they are, their experiences, and so on. So we're standing by for the news.
The Jamaica Cyber Incident Response Team, JA-CERT, is issuing an urgent alert to the public in Jamaica and worldwide regarding the emergence of fraudulent websites attempting to exploit generosity in the wake of Hurricane Melissa. JA-CERT's monitoring systems have detected multiple suspicious domains under development that appear designed to divert hurricane relief donations away from legitimate channels. These malicious actors are creating fake websites with names deliberately similar to Jamaica's official donation portal. These are the domains identified as suspicious and should not be used for donations. They are JamaicaHurricaneHelp.net, JamaicaHurricaneHelp.org, Jamaica-Hurricane-Help.com, MelissaReliefJamaica.net, MelissaReliefJamaica.com, MelissaReliefJamaica.org, SupportJamaicaGovJM.com, SupportJamaicaGovJM.net. JA-CERT says all identified sites are showing that they are in varying stages of development, but the agency suspects that these sites may become active in the coming days. The only legitimate government website for Hurricane Melissa relief donations is www.supportjamaica.gov.jm. Persons donating must verify they see .gov.jm at the end of the web address before making any donation. Following a careful preliminary assessment of the impact, the University of the West Indies campus management has made key decisions to ensure the safety and well-being of students and staff while prioritizing stable return to academic life. It says to allow for essential restoration work to be completed safely, all operations of the Mona campus, including all teaching, learning activities and scheduled assessments, will remain suspended for the rest of this week. The university says given the more profound impact on the western parishes, all teaching and learning activities at the Western Jamaica campus will remain suspended until Monday, November 10. Petrojam has announced the reopening of its Kingston industrial loading rack, signaling the resumption of daily deliveries. Since early Thursday morning, tankers have been rolling out of the oil refinery in Kingston with substantial supplies of 87 and 90 octane gasoline and ultra-low sulfur diesel destined for fuel stations across the country. As air traffic activity resumes, Petrojam is also ensuring that the country's international airports and aerodromes are receiving adequate supplies of aviation fuel. Following the reopening of the port of Kingston on Wednesday night, Petrojam will begin accepting shipments of crude oil and finished products to restart refining and supply the local distributive trade and regional markets. Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says the island has been receiving commitments from a number of overseas partners to provide aid following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Speaking at a press briefing this morning, Dr. Morris-Dixon noted that support has come from the US, the EU, the UK and all Caribbean nations. She said the island remains grateful. And the Premier of Cayman Islands, Andre Banks, who was at this morning's press briefing, pledges country's support for Jamaica. He said more than $200,000 worth of essential supplies were brought to the island this morning. Finally, news overseas. Protests have escalated in major cities across Tanzania as opposition supporters denounce Wednesday's presidential and parliamentary elections as a sham. Hundreds of demonstrators also crossed into Kenyan territory, barricading roads, lighting bonfires and tearing down posters of the president along the way. Kenyan police said 2 people died after fleeing running battles with Tanzanian police. Protesters accused the government of undermining democracy as the main opposition leader is in jail and another opposition figure was disqualified from the election, bolstering the president's chances of winning.
PSAs today, public service announcements on the Stepping Razor, as we continue to keep your company throughout in the aftermath of this dangerous category. Shane, which part you did there, brother? When the storm, Malik?
Home, I'm the home man. I was outside from my veranda and think I watch a breeze, you know? Yeah, man.
A joke breeze you get, you know?
Yeah.
And the joke part of the breeze you get.
Yeah.
Even
we don't get no damage or anything or nothing like that. Yeah.
Hey, Jim, right as some day, we start up out this up on the veranda most of the time, you know, when the breeze start kicking, you know, man. And if that's the joke part of the breeze, me don't want to see the serious part of the breeze.
Yeah, man, may I tell you, it's serious, cause me see images, video images of like Black River, St. Elizabeth area, and it devastating, man.
Yeah, man, we're not seeing anything out of Westmoreland yet.
We suppose
collectively
to get them there shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, may I look for here what go on at Westmoreland, you know, cause we have people down at Westmoreland and we don't have no connectivity to get to them as yet, you know.
Yeah, man, we have all some people in the center and we can't hear from them at all, you know. Near Cave Valley side and all them thing there. So
the go that way there too, you know.
You can't go through Cave Valley. You cannot go through Cave Valley.
Yeah, so yeah, man. But me head that way there cause one know what go on Mount Moriah we and thing.
Yes, yeah, same place of Mount Moriah there. Yeah. For real. For real, man. What an experience, man. And you see, we know you have people who can tell the tale of 51, you know, Charlie. Because, you know, anybody in them 80s might have them experience there. And then we also have the experience of Gilbert. This is my second. Well, would have seen the Beryl's and the Ivans, but them, they're joke.
Yeah. For we, Gilbert are the hurricane.
Yes.
So this generation, Melissa will be for them.
Yes, for them. Yes, for real. For real. Yeah, because, suppose Melissa did take the track of Gilbert. Remember saying
Gilbert come right.
Gilbert hit Baron Point and exit Negril Point.
Yeah.
Gilbert, So everybody, everybody get the real touch.
Yeah, man.
Melissa touch Westmoreland, but it, you know, at the outer part. Yeah. You know, especially if you come further, go east. But, boy, may I tell you, and you know, Melissa, they take Gilbert route, man. Maybe I'll IRFM wouldn't there, so no. Maybe. But IRFM stand up still, big up. Yeah, man.
Thanks, you know?
IRFM stand up, man. Yeah, man, we're there with the people right through, man. We don't know, so like some towers kind of get it, and we know them are work on it, but IRFM was here right through. So maybe IRFM would have still there, man. Right through. For real. Yeah, man. For real, brother.
We'll pull together and weather through anything, you know.
Yeah, man.
As I say, we experience Ivan and Beryl and some other things and we're there. Yeah, man.
For real, man. For real. We're there, man. Even I was leaving yesterday morning, you know, going back to Kingston and as we got through the gate, a pair of scotch. As we cut through the gate and turn left, go up the hill, lesser man. Pair of scotch, big tree everywhere. Yeah, man, from right so go straight back to outer Fern Gully and to outer the highway, and I tell them not peer up scotch, and then you know you pass some man now who try it, you don't know.
Yeah, them do a clean
so,
up
yeah.
And you're still a pay.
Yes, yeah, good thing me have a couple $100 in my pocket.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
You see how I'm Richard listed.
Them a put in an effort.
Yeah, the last $100 we may have no pan me now, you know, me I say, boy, I want $100 now, you know, for buy something, you know, man. Right at the train line, you know, you don't have to there for go over, you know. After you come out of the highway and come back. I mean, I'm the last $100, you know, higher. And John, I say, again? That me I said to myself, you know, man, and, you know, I said, I don't know what you work, you know, left a thing, you know. Around $600 I end up having to give away yesterday, you know.
If the government,
everywhere me stop.
If the government told we, you know,
yeah,
then we see the man them at work.
Yes.
So a little toll and nothing still.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how me understand.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, you know, so a lot of people kind of bend up them face and, but, I don't think it's fair. If you want to move on some man out, they voluntarily do the thing, and the marks for your thing, nobody screw up your face, just get them if you have it.
Yeah.
You know?
Cause I know big thing.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
Cause they are telling man some big tree to you know, man. You say, I'll down the road, so, as we are turn for going a Buckfield, so man, yesterday, man. All the sidewalk, everything lift up and gone out of ground, you know, man.
Yes, man.
Big old tree, you know, I said, and they will go through Buckfield and then we are head back now to Fern Gully, not to Fern Gully, to Duns Riverside, man. Pear up scotch, pear tree. Yeah, they kind of clean up to this still, you know.
Yeah.
Easy. For real. Alright, so give thanks, Shane, you don't know. We have, we're coming up now to another public service announcement before Cashpot. And Digicel is pleased to announce the reopening of select stores tomorrow, Thursday, October 30, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. In Kingston, visit Sovereign Ligony, Crossroads, Tropical Plaza, West Parade and Ocean Boulevard. In St. Catherine, they are open at Spanish Town, Sovereign Village and Portmore Mall. In Portland, Digicel Portland is ready to serve you. And in St. Anne, check out Ocherius, Island Plaza and St. Anne's Bay locations. Get on the demand support you need to stay connected to the people who matters most. Follow us on WhatsApp and social media, Digicel Jamaica, for more details. Digicel, better together. Yeah. And we are standing by now for the Cashpot draw. Them up and running, we know them they down for a couple of days. You know, a lot of people know, you know, boy, this never depend on now, you know, man. Yeah, man, them depend on this now. Little Cashpot thing, if you can get a right number. Cause a lot of people, you know, because we know say the ATMs, them and all them thing there, especially in the rural areas, get a lick, get a blow. I heard a lot of complaints yesterday regarding the ATMs them. You might can get, you know, some ATM, you know, in the commercial areas them. And, we just hope that, you know, things will work out. So we know say a lot of people depending on the cash pot in the day, for real. I hearing some people are cleaning them throats, so it look like it all come. For real. Yeah. And then we continue the program after that. Of course, we have a number of public service announcements to make. And we're urging people, you know, you have the Christian theory. Well, that's the boy, God work, you know, God, too much corruption I go on in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. And, you know, him needed was to visit and wipe out and do him for do. Then you have the conspiracy theorists, them know what's
may I hear some other conspiracy theory there, you know?
Yeah. I have the history ones. Which side you the part?
So them create this and race it. But you don't know, we see the changes in the environment over years.
Yes.
You know, and so we know so we in our area where we're subject to these things.
Yes.
Hurricanes and storms and whatever and thing, you know. So me just take it just like that, just natural, just like when Gilbert did come or any other storm them did come, we know say alright, just like global warming and the subtropical conditions where we in with them warm waters and them thing they were create these things.
But what about, you know, the theory we say, boy, it natural, but it also manipulated.
People can influence things, you know. So as you said, a manipulation there. Is in other words, it's like a wheel run down the road, you know.
Yes.
But if you have a stick, you can control it to how you want it to go and where you want it to go. You understand? So, me understand the manipulation thing, but me don't know, for me, them weather and natural phenomena thing, me like if you just leave it right there, so. If me see it look away, when me have to say, no, sir, this don't look like a normal thing.
The truck, you know, when you look on the truck, you know, because you have four lights, you know. Because, remember, say each time, you know, when it make the turn, it continue to go west.
Yeah.
It continue like a shift and go west again.
Yeah.
So, one at a time now, when just at home, it make another shift again and go left. And then, you see, like it make a U-turn.
Like it go south and then it look like it a wobble back to the northwest.
And then it come back round in a circle and come back to where it start. And then it head towards Jamaica.
Yeah.
You know, people suspicious of that. Because they must say, that if it stays so, why not continue?
Well, we see movements like that with hurricanes before, you know. In our previous hurricanes, we see where them go like different way and not sure which way them did I go and thing, you know. Seem wobbly as how this one was wobbling and thing. But at the end of the day, as me say, these things are just natural phenomena and me just chalk it down to science and, you know, just...
Yeah. So about the God people them now, the people them say, boy, a God do that.
Well, you know, say Christians have some theories, you know, where as a Christian myself, me not really to endorse all of them theories. And we understand, say, everything is everything, you know, Roger. And we there as part of the whole universe and these things and these natural storms and phenomena is like, are just elements, you know. And we there as elements in our own right too. So, for me, when these things happen, me like to absorb it.
Yes.
Meaning, say, what happened is just a greater part of me, an extension of me and everybody else and the whole universe. And that to me is the whole Almighty, you know, which we are all a part of. So we don't look externally in a sense for say, is a God out there where cause this are like as though, you know, Christians would have said, boy, a destruction or whatever for sin or whatever thing, you know. So me not really look upon it that way. Because to me it's just natural phenomena where it occur.
Yeah, the whole scientific explanation still, you know, regarding why the hurricane behave as it did from a scientific point of view is that there's a system that comes from North America.
Yes, there was a cold front system coming from North America will affect this coming across.
Right.
Yes, so it's like a meeting of two systems.
Yes. Yeah. So the cold one, they know, and then hurricane kind of hot.
Yes.
So the cold one dominant now. So the cold one make it divert.
The thing divert and go. Yeah, man.
But for no say, man can fly above, you know, the hurricane and take picture of the eye and all them thing there. It open up the debate, say boy, it can be manipulated for through, whether through nuclear or through some, you know, something what them can do up there to make the thing manipulate and turn. I mean, them can't stop the nature, you know, but them can manipulate how it move.
To the size of that thing there, you know, Roger. Me not see or understand how or what implement or machination that mankind are going to create for manipulate something like that, you know. As myself for me, you see the temperatures and the whole environmental issues where we have with, like, we know say, like the areas them have ice, you know, them are melt, and so we know say the whole tropical thing of the UV system and the solar system. So we understand the earth a heat up in a sense. And so things are going to change. How things used to be. Remember we go through ice ages and different ages to the point of where we reach, Roger.
And sometimes it's natural disasters why other things create too.
So, man. So, man, that's what we mean.
But you know which part me stand still? Me I listen to everybody. Me I listen to everybody. I just go and take in everybody. I say, we all of the theorists, them I say. With the scientists, I say. With the God people, them I say. With the God-fearing people, them I say. I'm just go and take it.
Life is an evolution, Roger. Yeah, man. And we all evolve in our moment and we little moment, so. We just see where we are sitting now. Within the span of time where we live.
Of course.
But outside of that is a much greater span. And so we just occupy a little space, and it's an evolution.
Space and time.
For those who can, if you see the bigger picture, man, you would have seen where we are come from that existence of nothing to where we're there, so now, in a human form can sit down here at IRFM and discuss these phenomena. Yeah, man. We didn't go and listen to everybody. We don't fight against our soul. Yeah, man. Well, every man have them right to our opinion, Yeah, man. So, as long as it have some sound basis, Yeah, man. Whether theoretically, scientifically, spiritually,
logically,
emotionally, wherever you feel, Yeah, man. Your truth and your opinion that.
For real. For real. Yes, brother. For real, man. All right. We have some more public service announcements here. The following is a public service announcement from Grace Kennedy Money Services, the home of Western Union, Bill Express and FX Trader. Jamaica, we are rebuilding together. Grace Kennedy Money Services wishes to advise the public that we are reopening Western Union locations in St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester and St. Anne. We stand with everyone affected by the storm, and as always, we are here to serve you. For the full list of open locations and updates, follow us on social media at GKMS Online or visit gkmsonline.com. Together we will recover stronger. Grace Kennedy Money Services here for you. Always. That was a public service announcement from Grace Kennedy Money Services. And in the aftermath of Hurricane Marissa, BCIC and JNGI stand with you. Starting today, October 30, the following branches will be open and ready to help with Hurricane Melissa-related claims. BCIC Duke Street, Crossroads, Portmore and New Kingston. JNGI King Street and New Kingston. We are working to resume full service at our other branch locations soon. We appreciate your patience during this difficult time, and we are committed to making the claims process as smooth and as supportive as possible. All right, so we are heading towards another break here on the Stepping Raisin. If you just join us and wonder what go on, man, and me, man, Roger Asphalt, man, stay all the foot for motor,
Asphalt.
Concrete himself, man, we're there, man. Oh, I go on, now, okay, Alright. Man. Alright, standing by. Sitting and watching, man, for real, man. You don't know, say. You have to sit and watch and see how people, As I say, while life goes on, Dennis Brown, we're sitting and we're watching. Yeah, man, we're really back from top again. Let's go again. Let's do this. Yeah, man, sitting and watching Dennis Brown, man. Stepping right hurricane to the naval build-up, but that is for another story. As me say, man sit down and just take in all views. Because there's a theory that link the USA naval build-up in the Caribbean right now to the hurricane. I don't know, but there's that theory as well. But what we know is that the US has been building up, a naval thing in the Caribbean, especially down the southern side, near Trinidad. And they say the goal is to combat drug trafficking. But that looks suspicious still, because you send some of your big ships them and, whole naval thing, submarine and everything from way across the other side of the world to come build up in the Caribbean. To tackle drug cartel. No, sir. You send for all of your big machine them from all over the world to come build up in the Caribbean. Say you fight drug cartel. No, man, make that sink in. Something not right there, so. So, a lot of military activities is currently underway in the Caribbean Sea, which should be a zone of peace. And the whole thing from where we sit is that the USA look as if they want to take control of Venezuela. We don't know, so Jamaica, they kind of turned them back on Venezuela a couple of years ago. Venezuela, which is a long-time friend from Simon Bolivar days to Jamaica. Simon Bolivar, when he left, the man came across the Caribbean Sea because, Simon Bolivar was the one who really conquered South America from the Spanish. And there was a time when he had to flee South America. And it's Jamaica him did the land, And he wrote a famous letter outlining this vision for the entire South America region. And he was domiciled in Jamaica for around a year. A lot of people don't know that. So it's from them time there, Jamaica and Venezuela are friends. Is Venezuela Bilal steal them no Montego Bay, Venezuela did give it cheap oil and all them thing there, When I have to pay for no and all them thing there, But Maduro is always on Donald Trump's nerves. You can't take him. From the first time. When he was president the first time and he come back and it's worse now. Yeah, man. So based on where we sit, from where we sit, it look like he might go want to attack Venezuela. Because Venezuela is one of the richest supplier of oil, So it look as if he want to attack Venezuela to take control. He might grumble say he want the Panama Canal. Yeah. You remember they had to give up Panama Canal after 99 years. Because them they built it, but they had to give it up after. Just like the toll, the toll, and now we own the toll for the next couple of years. So it was the same thing with the Panama Canal. So, them can't fool you about a drug cartel. It look as if it's a war them want to start up. And right now, Venezuela and Trinidad vex, them part company, because this morning, we see them sever all ties with Trinidad, because apparently Trinidad kind of, the Prime Minister, actually, she was in support of the strikes and the boat them, that even Jamaican fishermen worried. So them strikes, them can't feel too good, because you can out there do your normal fishing, and if the US detects a drug boat, them will lick it out. Yeah. So, worry sometimes in a zone of peace. And we know that Russia and China has been supporting Venezuela in many ways, shape, or form. Yeah, so Jamaica turned them back from Venezuela, and which, to me, is a sad situation. But it boils down to who you take your dictates from. And if you know about the Monroe Doctrine, when from the 1830s, it appears that is Monroe Doctrine in reverse happening again, but on a different, different approach. Because the Monroe Doctrine was set up that America have control of the Western Hemisphere, and no European countries could have come try to colonize again. So they created the Monroe Doctrine, and then it evolved to the Organization of American States. And over the years, it a rebrand and a rebrand. And look like we are seeing another rebrand again, because America definitely want to be the police of the world. This side of the world. Them no want nothing, them no want nothing to do with, them no want China have nothing to do with that side there. Russia worse. Yeah. So that happen. So we are in for some interesting times. And we don't know, say Venezuela and Guyana, they are also at odds over lands, because from around 1896, there was a ruling that the Guyana way is up on the map. The Guyana way is up on the map. Venezuela claims that 3/4 of Guyana feed them on, you know. And that has been a contentious issue for more than 100 odd years now. Them go court and all, and up to this day, Guyana, Venezuela is still firm in them convictions, say, feed them land that. So 3/4 Guyana, just imagine 3/4, just take out 3/4 of Guyana and put it in the whole Venezuela map. You have to say it's just a little stretch Guyana would have. So they have been Venezuela as well. And then we realize now that a lot of natural resources, especially oil, is part of that. That's why Guyana now gets so stable now at a uplift. Because them start tapping into the natural resources now for that side. And Guyana now is getting richer and richer and richer out of the natural resource that is there. So it's a whole contentious thing historically. From them time there. Trump now well want to get with a Maduro, but Maduro stand firm. So this is an interesting time we're living in. And as I say, come back to how we started, you have a lot of people who link with who are going, the military build up to the storm we're going the other day. That's the conspiracy theorists. But me there have to listen to all contending views, as I say, me nah pour a cold water upon not a soul right now. The time too interesting right now for just dash away all opposing opinions. Me go and listen. No, especially now to the USA. Because the history of Jamaica and Venezuela shows that we are friends. We are brothers. And turning back the way all we did was not a righteous thing. Jamaica provided safe haven for Simon Bolivar when he had to flee South America, because the Spanish did totally dominate South America, except for Brazil, where the Portuguese did control. But everywhere else, and apart from a few other little land space where England did occupy, like Guyana and Suriname, and then France did have a little piece to French Guyana. But dominant was the Spanish. And Simon Bolivar, that's what the country named Bolivia. It named after Simon Bolivar. Colombia and the whole, which part Panama there and all, go down, go back. Colombia, Venezuela, And he came to Jamaica. He left to Venezuela and come to Jamaica, and he was here for a year. And his vision for a liberated South America was written right here in Jamaica. That is why Hugo Chavez did love Jamaica so much, because he knew the history. Hugo Chavez, who did so much for Jamaica in terms of giving us cheap oil. Now, I just pure expensive oil we have. Right? Him did rate Jamaica so much that him does a lot of things with Jamaica. So the history is deep. And for no say, there's almost bitterness between Jamaica and Venezuela now. It's not a nice feeling. So the USA, as I say, right now, they are building up a thing in the Caribbean right now. claiming drugs. But you know, say, we're going to show you why that don't make no sense. And everybody can fool with that. If you say drugs are the focus, why them are built up in the Caribbean waters as we speak, and attack boats and kill people out at sea. This is one of the main reasons why it don't make no sense. Fentanyl, the drug named fentanyl, is the drug that has caused the most deaths in the United States. Look it up. Fentanyl. That's the drug will kill off the most deaths inside of the USA. But guess what? Fentanyl is entirely manufactured and synthesized in Mexico. I want you to follow me, you know. Fentanyl is the drug that causes the most deaths in the USA. But that drug is entirely synthesized in Mexico and trafficked overland. So that don't make no sense. But the drug thing, it not add up. It just not there. It not sound logical. For 1,000 miles below the USA down in the Caribbean Sea, you are attacked, drug boat. Say, yeah, do it, but the war against drugs. What about the war against fentanyl? That is killing off so much of your people in the country of the United States. So, a lot of things now add up. But what will add up for sure is that USA has sent more and more military personnel. So it's just a matter of time before Jamaica will have to take further directive as to how things are going to happen in the region. And we have to brace ourselves for that. Seeing? So the aim right now, based off of what I say, because USA have been famous of doing that, you know, them go in, them infiltrate opposition parties all over the world, getting them to rile up against the government of the country, overthrow them, and then take control. And we are seeing something similar manifesting itself as we speak. So we'll watch this one with a skeptical eye and see how things are unfolding. As we say, we have some public service announcement to make during the program here today. And the following is a public service announcement from Grace Kennedy and Money Services, the home of Western Union, Bill Express, and FX Trader. Jamaica, we are rebuilding together. Grace Kennedy Money Services wishes to advise the public that we are reopening Western Union locations in St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester and St. Anne. We stand with everyone affected by the storm. And as always, we are here to serve you. For the full list of open locations and updates, follow us on social media at GKMS Online or visit gkmsonline.com. Together, we'll recover stronger. Grace Kennedy Money Services here for you, always. That was a public service announcement from Grace Kennedy Money Services.
The National Land Agency helps landowners register land through its systematic land registration program. The time by the NLA is
just about 3:45. And the Ministry of Health and Wellness is urging all public health personnel, including nurses, doctors, administrative and support teams, to report immediately to the nearest health facility, hospital or healthcare. Your commitment and service are vital to national recovery, even as efforts towards full restoration of health service delivery and care continue. Your well-being remains our priority. Stay tuned to local media, the ministry's website, www.moh.gov.jm, and its official social media channels at the MOH. if you want any information, you know, to be heard out there regarding where you are, the lines are open. You can call us at the regular IRFM numbers and let us have a discussion or let us have a talk. Or tell me what is happening in your zone. You know, so persons, you know the line, you know the drift. I mean, we know say a lot of persons are not hearing us as well. You know, some of the frequencies are down based off of the tower we get leak and so on. But we know say a lot of people still tune in. And those who are affected and maybe need to get something out, you can call us. The lines are open there. And just make them send it down to me and we can facilitate, you know, a discussion regarding, you know, what might have been happening from, you know, your perspective regarding the passage of Hurricane Melissa. We're still awaiting any information from Westmoreland or Hanover. We know some information has been coming out of Montego Bay, which, you know, it never pretty down that side either. But the severity of what we are hearing in Westmoreland is very extreme. And I just want anybody who, from down a Westmoreland side, who witness or have first-hand information down a Westmoreland, for call us. Yeah, man, bless up yourself. Talk to us, you know. Give us, you know, what we can do. Forget the word also that any help. We know that people have been mobilizing, you know, support through different mediums, humanitarian mediums and foundations and so on, for kind of have a package for go down a Westmoreland. You know, we know it might be difficult to reach some of the communities as well because it blocked off, some of the roads are damaged, big heavy tree fall across the road them, I don't know, so the road them down that side they're not good already. So it's a double whammy thing down there, so. Right? So we are urge anybody from down the side there, if give us a link, talk to us, you know, regarding what. So we see more and more aid coming in for Jamaica, you know, because they are declared Jamaica a disaster zone, and when you declare a disaster zone, that means, you know, aid should be allocated your way. And as I've been saying, that we are hope that when the aid come, it is distributed in an equitable way and not in a partisan way. Because we know things going on in Jamaica already. And this is one time where we're not going to put up with the foolishness. If people are genuinely suffering because of the passage of the storm, we don't want to hear say, yeah, get bypassed because of your political affiliation. We don't want the foolishness at this time. We don't want it. So may I tell all of the people who have the power to distribute the resources that are allocated for people who are suffering because of the passage of the hurricane. Don't even bother think about it. Don't even bother think about it. Equity we say. Equity we say. If people want roof, if people want zinc, if people want board, if people want food, medical supplies, drugs for the elderly, once it come, it must be distributed equitable. Because we're not in the foolishness. We don't in the foolishness at time, our people. We don't in the fool. We see that a lot of people still that complain about Berylin. Remember say Berylin leak last year. Peace of Jamaica down. The same down at St. Elizabeth down Manchester and so on. A lot of people down there complain. Say they were bypassed. And we don't want to hear about the same foolishness. So please, may I beg you know, all of the people who are listening to this program and can have a say, you know, how things are distributed, please do it equitable. May I beg you know, people. Alright? It not pretty. We know say, like eastern side of Jamaica still, it was spared the worst. So, you know, maybe some minor things, you know, some tree might get uprooted and, but for the most part, Eastern Jamaica fare better. St. Catherine, Clarendon, part of Kent, Clarendon come back that side there. It fare good. Them never get the brunt of it. So, but what we know is that a lot of people are still without electricity. A lot of people are still without water because even which part me there, no light and no water no there. And the last update we got was that like about 72% of JPS customers are still without electricity. So you can imagine all the people them now just love jump on social media and go on. You can imagine how uncomfortable them is. In my youth, you can imagine them people. The people them who love the social media thing who just can't live without it. You can imagine how. My granny used to say they must have a St. Vitus dance and all. They were mad. Yeah, you can't charge your phone. And then if you have a charger or something, then the flow data and the digital data now have to flex right. Yeah man, because I try to make a lot of calls over the past couple of days. Yeah. From, the last 2 days, and sometimes the call go through, and as it go through, it drop. Or, it just did it now connect. Then if it connect, you just say ring. Then when you get through to the person, and you start talk, it drop. They might try to call you back, the same thing over and over, so a pair of them thing there going. And, very interesting, we hear that Starlink and Flow kind of have some partnership now. Because you don't know, so Starlink is a internet from satellite down, or shine back, or a beam back down to Earth. So I hear that there's some form of partnership, and I hear something that you can go download. When I can't Google it because I can't talk with the authority, but that I've been hearing that partnership, that some free internet are run right now. But I don't know to what extreme is the free internet. Maybe somebody can enlighten me, but I heard it that Starlink and south side, or if you come back from that side, if you come back on the north coast. And trust me, man, it's a disgrace, man. It's a disgrace. Grace Kennedy Money Services wishes to advise the public that we are reopening Western Union locations in St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrews, St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester and St. Anne. We stand with everyone affected by the storm, and as always, we are here to serve you. For the full list of open locations and updates, follow us on social media at GKMS Online or visit gkmsonline.com. Together we recover stronger. Grace Kennedy Money Services here for you always. That was a public service announcement from Grace Kennedy Money Services. Digicel is pleased to announce the reopening of select stores tomorrow, Thursday, October 30, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. In Kingston, visit Sovereign Ligony, Crossroads, Tropical Plaza, West Parade and Ocean Boulevard. In St. Catherine, we are open at Spanish Town, Sovereign Village and Portmore Mall. In Portland, Digicel Portland is ready to serve you. And in St. Anne, check out Ocherius, Island Plaza and St. Anne's Bay locations. Get the on-demand support you need to stay connected to the people who matters most. Follow us on WhatsApp and social media at Digicel Jamaica for more details. Digicel, better together. More PSA. Seniors urged to take extra precautions with the passage of Hurricane Melissa. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is reminding seniors to take special care during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Older persons are especially vulnerable to injury, illness, and stress during severe weather events. Older persons are therefore advised to keep their medication, eyeglasses, mobility aids, flashlight, battery-operated radio, and water within reach. Keep hydrated and calm. Remain indoors until the authorities declare it safe to go outside. Use a flashlight or battery-powered lamp to prevent the fire hazards. Call or message a family member, neighbor, or caregiver to let them know they are safe. Tune in to official broadcast for health alerts and instructions from credible sources, including the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM. For further information, or if they have a medical emergency, seniors are encouraged to contact the Health Emergency Operations Center at 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683. You know, we talked about the good and the bad out of things earlier. We have around 4 minutes to go before music news. Here, so the general quote them come in. So we say, no, imagine in a stressful time like this where people genuinely want help. Food, water. Some people lose everything. Some people just them clothes alone them have on them back here right now.
Sure.
Yeah, for real. I know that. I know that for a fact.
Sure.
Yeah, man. And people will set up them kind of website and will ask for help. When all unado have to just packet everything we send to you. You're not too wicked, man. You're not for stop it, man. Jaja. Yeah, man. For real, man. I tell you.
Here go music news and we're live. Following Hurricane Melissa's devastating impact on Jamaica, numerous Jamaican and international entertainers, celebrities, and philanthropists have called for or provided support. Some sent the messages of hope and support for the island, while others have since initiated or promoted fundraising and relief efforts. On Tuesday, October 28th, the most powerful hurricane ever to hit Jamaica swept across the island of just under 3 million persons. In less than 24 hours, the storm carved a path of destruction from the southern parish of St. Elizabeth through to the northern end of Trelawney, leaving behind that immeasurable damage and widespread displacement across the country. Our thoughts and our prayers are with all those affected here in Jamaica and across the Caribbean. In response, one of the distributors of reggae music, VP Music Group, is coordinated with the Consulate General of Jamaica, New York, to support the delivery of relief items aiding recovery efforts. VP Records Retail, located at Queens in Queens, New York, is now one of several official donation drop-off locations and will be open from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through to Saturday. The government of Jamaica has also launched an official portal where contributors will provide food, shelter, medical aid, and other essential support to families affected by Hurricane Melissa. Citizens are urged to visit supportjamaica.gov.jm for assistance and donation opportunities as recovery efforts continue across the island. In other news, Vybz Kartel has heard the chatter and he's not holding back. The dancehall legend, currently blazing through his World Boss tour, took a moment during his latest performance in Toronto to respond to fans who have been criticizing his stage presentation. Some suggesting he add dancers or more dancing to his shows. With 3 sold-out nights at the Scotiabank Arena, Kartel decided it was time to set the record straight in true teacher style. During his second Toronto show, Kartel addressed the crowd mid-performance, declaring with a laugh, "I am not Chris Brown." The comment sparked an eruption of cheers and laughter as the DJ playfully mimicked breakdancing moves and even attempted Michael Jackson's iconic moonwalk. "Me can't do this," he joked, before adding, "Big up Breezy," a respectful nod to the R&B superstar whose polished stage routines have set a global standard. The moment instantly went viral when fans flooding social media to debate and celebrate Kartel's statement. The playful clapback follows Kartel's explosive Toronto debut earlier in the week, where fans were left stunned after Drake joined him on stage for an 8-song mini set. Though some concert goers expressed mild disappointment about the show's length or lack of visual flair, Kartel's charisma and lyrical dominance reminded everyone why he remains in his own league. With the final Toronto show wrapping up tonight, October 30, one thing is clear: Vybz Kartel doesn't need backup dancers to hold the crowd. In all the news, dancehall and reggae artist Flipper Mogla is calling on all his supporters and well-wishers to support his project by purchasing the album tomorrow, Friday, October 31, which will also be his birthday and the date of the album release party. The album release party will take place in Philadelphia, then his birthday party a day later on November 1. Notable songs on the project includes a collab from Flipper and Chronic Law, which is a statement track titled Be Like This that was previewed in late August. Jamil's song that is titled Don't Miss Now was also previewed back in August and is promising to be a must listen to when the album is dropped. Another notable name on the album is Enhance, whose song Flipper is yet to preview, hence boasting anticipation as the younger dancehaller is known to be a hit maker and carries a usually emotional vibe to his songs. Flipper Mogla, whose real name is Andrew Davis, produced a few of the tracks on his Flip Money Records. He also collaborated with VX Records for a few of the tracks. The album is set to be available at midnight tonight. On the international scene, Sean Diddy Combs is all checked in at his new home for the next 2.5 years. That's according to TMZ. He's begun serving his federal prison sentence. Law enforcement sources say Diddy was transferred to FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey early Thursday morning and began the check-in process. Remember, this is the prison he requested to serve his time at after the judge sentenced him to 50 months in prison. The Federal Bureau of Prisons ultimately granted Diddy's request. The mogul's legal team said Fort Dix is the best landing spot for Diddy because there he will be able to address drug abuse issues and maximize family visitation and rehabilitating processing as it relates to him being a part of rehabilitating. Diddy had been in the infamous Brooklyn MDC since September 2024 when he was arrested and held without bail pending his criminal trial. And there's no doubt he'll be living in much better conditions now that he's at Fort Dix. Diddy's getting a change of scenery after spending over a year at the MDC Brooklyn, and the BOP is projecting him to be released on May 8, 2028, though it's not set in stone. Celebs celebrating their birthdays for today: veteran singer Denroy Morgan, also Canadian rapper Snow, and the late footballer, the legend Maradona. Also actress Nia Long and actor Michael Beach. And if you're celebrating your birthday today, we say happy birthday to you, okay? On this day in music, there was 1990 Maxi Priest single Close to You was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. This day in music, there was 2019. The top earning dead celebrities revealed by Forbes showed that Michael Jackson's earning dwarfed others in the list of 70 year in a row rather. He earned $60 million as streams of his song rose to 2.1 billion and money continued to pour in from his back catalog. And this day in music, there was 2023 dancehall DJ Godibat passed away at the Kingston Public Hospital. And that's the full 100 in music news for today, Thursday, October 30, 2025. Remember to check out IRFM.
Jamaica Defence Force JDF is advising all members of the first class of the Jamaica National Reserve JNR to report to their respective duty stations effective October 30, 2025. This mobilization forms part of the JDF's ongoing national response and recovery efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Reserve personnel will be deployed to support relief operations, search and rescue missions, logistics, coordination, and the security of high-risk areas, working in close partnership with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, and other government agencies. The activation of Jamaica National Reserve is being conducted in accordance with the directives from His Excellency the Governor General as part of the National Emergency Management Framework to safeguard lives, property, and restore normalcy across affected communities. And the following is a public service announcement from Grace Kennedy Money Services, the home of Western Union Bill Express and FX Trader. Jamaica, we are rebuilding together. Grace Kennedy Money Services wishes to advise the public that we are reopening Western Union locations in St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester and St. Anne. We stand with everyone affected by the storm. And as always, we are here to serve you. For the full list of open locations and updates, follow us on social media at GKMS Online or visit gkmsonline.com. Together, we'll recover stronger. Grace Kennedy, Money Services here for you always. That was a public service announcement from Grace Kennedy, Money Services.
And courage to forgive.
Yeah, man. Cherry natural, man. Think before you post, man. Hey, may I tell you, it's a very important work this by Cherry Natural. Say some things I may say. Big people have all grand pitney, man. Or I see them behave on social media, man. It's a shame, man. Sometimes I say something, I say, Lord have mercy, them people. Some way how them behave. Them spread out them dirty garment on social media to try shame. And then the counter. Hey, some things when me see. Big people who have grand pitney, And me said, John Star, you have your difference. And why? The way how them behave on social media. You see, some of them think the way, especially in the politics time, when some newspaper or something and there's a headline, and when people start comment, and when people start attack people personally, and me I say, how will reach us so? Eh? And then them start attack, and then the counter attack, and the personal, and the GS, YM, and all them things there. And me I say, oh God, man, big people. Some big people behave worse than Pitney, Worse. Shame for some things I miss on social media. Talk to them again, Cherry Natural.
The tongue don't have a mind of its own. It loses control.
Lamar, Montego Bay, and Sagicor Life and Advantage General in Mandeville. We stand with every Jamaican during this time. As one people, one resilient nation, we will recover stronger together. That was a public service announcement from Sagicor. CIBC Caribbean's Kingston and Portmore branches have reopened. CIBC Caribbean advises their clients that the following branches reopened at 9 a.m. today: New Kingston, Ligony, Halfway Tree, Manor Park, King Street, Portmore. All other branches will remain closed tomorrow. We will advise on the reopening of these branches. Their corporate offices in Kingston also reopened at 9 a.m. today. CIBC Caribbean remains committed to serving their communities as we rebuild together. Jamaica National Reserve personnel mobilized for Hurricane Melissa relief operations. The Jamaica Defense Force is advising all members of the first class of the Jamaica National Reserve to report to their respective duty stations effective 30th of October 2025. This mobilization forms part of the JDF's ongoing national response and recovery efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Reserve personnel will be deployed to support relief operations, search and rescue missions, logistics coordination, and the security of high-risk areas, working in close partnership with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management and other government agencies. The activation of the Jamaica National Reserve is being conducted in accordance with directives from His Excellency, the Governor-General, as part of the National Emergency Management Framework to safeguard lives, property, and restore normalcy across affected communities.
All right, so we are now almost out of here on the Stepping Razor today, and it has been a pleasure, hosting Famuta today. But we're going to close out with some sad news, because IRFM wishes to express condolences to the family and friends of the late veteran broadcaster Barrington Barry G. Gordon. He reportedly passed away from a case of pneumonia at the age of 70 years old. Barry G, condolences to your family. Of course, Barry G, one of the greats in broadcasting in Jamaica. And of course, that's how we have to close out. We can't close out no other way.